I'm Emily with another brief grief activity from the team. There are lots of different ways that we can find safety and happiness. One of these is hugging. Hugs can comfort us when we feel sad, nervous, or worried, or are feeling big, hard emotions like we often do in grief. Giving hugs can comfort others when they need it and gives us a way to help when we don't know what else to do. We also hug when we're excited or happy and we want to share those feelings with others. When someone important dies, we can't hug them or share things like we did before. It can be hard to imagine feeling even a little of that comfort and happiness again. However, although it's not the same, other grieving people have learned that it's still possible. By sharing favorite memories, thinking about things you did together, talking about how they made you feel, or things that they taught you, you can feel connected to the person who died. For today's activity, we'll be making a hug. Not exactly like the ones you're used to, but I think you might be surprised at how your hug can comfort and help in similar ways to a real-life hug. Just like a piece of clothing, jewelry, or a picture can help us feel connected to the people who have died in our lives. We'll be using fabric to create a hug that can wrap around us, almost like a soft, warm scarf. Your hug will be decorated by you to show some of your feelings, thoughts, special memories, or moments you had with your person. You can make this hug for yourself, for someone else, or both. It's up to you. Here's what you'll need. You'll need fabric. You could use an old pillowcase, bedsheet, or piece of clothing you feel comfortable cutting up. Scissors, permanent or fabric markers so it lasts longer, pictures, paint, any crafting materials you have at home, and sewing materials if you have it and if you or an adult know how to sew. First, take your fabric and cut it into a strip that's long enough to wrap around your body and wide enough for your hand to fit on it. Once you have your strip of fabric, we're going to trace our hands one at a time on either ends of the fabric. It may be helpful to have someone help you trace each hand on either end. Try to make your hands the same length apart they are when you stretch them out wide. Imagine wrapping your arms around someone in a hug. You want this fabric to be able to wrap around you, or the person you're giving it to. Once you have your hands traced, you may choose to connect both hands with lines so it looks like a long scarf with hands on each end, or you can leave the hands without lines. If you choose to connect the hands with lines, you could also cut out the outline you've created or leave it as an outline on the fabric. Now it's time to decorate and fill our hugs. Draw some of your favorite memories with your person, what you wish you could be doing with them, or things you had in common. Write words describing how you felt when you spent time with them, things you learned from them, or messages you wish you could tell them now. You can get really creative with your hug, adding pictures of memories, patterns, decorations, or symbols that remind you of your person. You can also think of things that make you feel safe, calm, and happy and include these on your hug. Remember, everyone's hug will look different, even if they're remembering the same person, because everyone has unique connections and holds unique memories or stories they have been told. Hugs can be so powerful. When we get or give a hug, our brains actually release a helper chemical called oxytocin in our bodies, which makes us feel happier and more relaxed. Wrapping yourself in your special hug can help in a similar way, and also give us moments of feeling connected and loved. Your hug can also be a helpful way to show others when you want and don't want hugs. Often people want to give hugs a lot more after someone dies, especially to kids, as a way to help. Some of us like all the extra hugs. Some find it a bit strange that people they don't know well want to hug them. And sometimes you may find yourself screaming, "No more hugs," inside your brain. Use your hug to send a message when you're struggling to say, "No thanks." Maybe you decide that wearing your hug will be a message to others that you're already getting a hug, and you're not wanting or needing any more. Maybe you wrap your hug around you when you're open to hugs or really need some hugs. You can make it whatever you want, and your caregiver can help others learn what message your hug means. Today's activity was adapted from the Children and Youth Grief Network Handbook and created by the team here at Dr. J Children's Grief Center. The center is a member of the network and encourages you to follow their social media for other great content about children's grief in our community. The website link is in the description below. We would love to see the hug that you created or any of the other brief grief activities. You can share pictures with us at art@griefcenter.org. Thanks for being with us today. We know that being with grief feelings can be hard, especially if you're feeling alone. So remember to reach out to a caring adult if you need support, or Kids Help phone at any time. Thanks for watching.